Yes, people, it's your boy Zane back again. Bare videos coming out this week, bruv. So, subscribe, guys. You need to start subscribing, bro. Like I said, man, you know what I'm trying to do with this channel. Do you get me? So, also, boss a like as well. So, today we're going to talk about what does success look like for Arsenal, right? So, Arteta's come in now. Last year was a recovery job. What is he prepared? What is success looking like for Arsenal fans and for the board? Because what did he get last year? He came eighth and got a FA Cup. And what? Yeah, okay. He got some silverware. Fantastic. Right. So what I want to do in this video is look at what he needs to do, especially in the league, to show progress and ultimately give him more time to obviously develop what he is trying to do, because obviously he's on some long-term project. But again, a caveat here is my opinion is that he's got no real experience, so there's only so much you can expect from a guy. But anyway, let's get back to it. And as you know, Raw fans, what we do, we'll put up some information and we'll just talk it through. And then ultimately, like I said, please put your comments and thoughts in the video, because it's important to get your feedback. Because again, this is my opinion, you know, and that's what this is all about, is really having a debate and base it on factual, you know, being objective and insightful as much as possible. So, guys, without further ado, let's crack on and let's get the information up, and we'll take it from there. Right, season performances. All right, let's start the 2018-19 season. So, Emery's last season, obviously the following season, he got sacked, you know, around December. So how did Emery do? He came fifth, as you can see. A lot of people would say probably, I'm not going to lie, yeah, he bottled it. Let's be honest, right? Because if you look at it, loss, draw, and a win, right? So any of those three losses, he could make into a win. He probably would have got fourth place, but hence why the frustration from the Arsenal fans. And obviously the following season, they go on a 9-game streak without winning, and unfortunately that was the end for Emery. So that's how Emery did on his last season, a completed season, you know, to the end. So right, Arteta, my boy, how did you do, bruv? You come eighth, 56 points. 56 points. I think Emery got 71 points, coming fifth. You come 56. 56. So bit of a difference there in the points. Quite a lot of difference there. But again, you know, we'll allow you, fam, because the fact that at least you got an FA Cup. So you got some kind of trophy. You won something. So, hey, happy days. You get me? But 56 points. Right. So you got 56 points. You came eighth. So we're now talking about this season. So this was a 2019-20 season. We're now going to focus on the 2021 season, right? Now, you finished eighth, 56 points. So you've got to finish with more points than you did the previous season. And obviously without a higher position as well. So let's be honest, right? To be real success, right? To make it an amazing season for Arteta, ideally, if you could finish in the top four, that would be really the goal. Do you know what I mean? He would be, do you know what I mean, exceeding expectations and actually justify why I feel the board or the Arsenal fans should carry on with him. Because I know there's this conflict at the moment within the Arsenal fan base where someone in, someone in out. Now, you can see both sides of the story, but fundamentally, to squash this argument, I think really, if you can hit top four, that would silence the Arteta outs, right? So just on that, then let's have a look at the previous seasons and how many points you need to get to top four. So right, Looking at the 1920 season, Chelsea finished fourth, 66 points. Okay. Same points as Man United, but obviously Man United had a better goal difference. So hence, so 66 points the previous season. Let's look at the season before. 18-19 season, 71. So an improvement. Okay, so 71. Tottenham finished fourth. Chelsea 72 again. So, quite close. Let's look at the next season. 17-18 season, 75 points. Liverpool finished fourth. Tottenham 77. So you can see previous seasons it's much higher points total. So 71 before, now 75 the season before after that. So let's look at where we are at the moment then. Arsenal are currently, as the time of this video, 11th, played 17 games and on 23 points. Right, 23 points. Let's do some maths now. All right, guys, let's work this out, okay? Let's try and do this logically. Let me get my calculator up on my phone. Calculator now. So let's work this out, right? So they've played 17 games at the moment. So 38 minus 17, 21 games. Now, say hypothetically they win all their games, just get the maximum points that they could actually achieve at the moment. Okay, that's 63 plus how many points they've got at the moment? Plus 23. Okay, they could, if they win every single game from this point onwards, maximum points total is 86 points. Okay, now let's be realistic. They're not going to win every single game, right? So let's say, for example, let's say right, they lose 4 games in the next 21 games, right? 4 games, which is, a decent, if they're going to really compete for the top 4, that's the kind of form they're going to hit, right? So minus 12 points equals 74. So as I showed you earlier, do you know what I mean? Mid 70s, is a good chance basically of getting top 4, right? So, ideally that's that. Now, obviously, I'm not going to know any draws in it, but basically, from what we're saying here now, is Arsenal really, if they only lose 4 games, they've got a good shot at getting top 4. Because looking at, last season, it was, I think, it was 66 or something. It's quite low. And before that, it was 71, 70, 74, 75. So, 74 points, you could argue would give them top 4. So from my point of view, looking at the table now, they've got 3 wins on the bounce currently. They've got Palace coming up in the next game. So what does success actually look for Arsenal? If I'm honest, I think for Arteta to carry on, because fundamentally I don't see the difference between Arteta's record and Emery, apart from he's won a cup, whoopee do. But fundamentally, one thing Arsenal fans need to understand is if you continue on this form at the moment, the caliber of players you're going to bring in is going to get lower and lower. Do you know what I mean? At the moment, you're just Europa League. Sorry, my mistake about Champions League. That ain't happened for ages. You get me? But anyway, so let's talk about realistically what you can do to make it success. Arguably, I think top 4's unrealistic based on the fact that you've got to only lose 4 games and maybe get a couple of draws. And even then, do you know what I mean? 70 points. Is that going to guarantee top 4? Last season, it would have. So, we'll say, 70 plus points, you got a good chance to step 4. Is that realistic? I think it is for you guys. So, really, it's going to be top 6 and then top 6. All right, you finished 8 last season. So, top 6. Was that worth you getting rid of Emery? I don't know. So, you really got to put a cup in there. So, what were you left in? You've got the FA Cup and you've got the Europa League. So, from my point of view, what's realistic? Europa League ain't going to be realistic, right? Because you've got Man U, Leicester, Tottenham, and arguably you could say they're better teams for you because they're higher than the Uni League. You've also got Napoli, AC Milan, Roma, you've got Real Sociedad, Villarreal as well. Although Real Sociedad and Man U will play each other, so one of them will be knocked out, right? But the teams I just mentioned, you could argue, and I would argue that they are better teams than you. So I think the Europa League, you never know, it might happen, but I think, you will probably get knocked out at some point. So really, it's just the FA Cup again. Now, winning a cup last season and winning a cup this season and finish the top six. Would you say that's acceptable for Arsenal? I don't think it is. So I think, in my opinion, really, for Arteta to deserve to continue in his position, I think he really got to go for that top four. If he goes for, if he gets top six and a cup, I don't know. I mean, you're not going to attract any good players. So fundamentally, if you don't get top four, I don't think it's in a successful season. Then you got to question the Emery beating second Emery, because fundamentally Arteta's had a poor run of form this season, yet he hasn't been sacked. So, and plus Arteta has got hardly any experience compared to Emery. So that's my conclusion, guys. What I wanted to obviously complete with that is what are your thoughts on that yourself? Because I think, from my point of view, top four really means you continue with the Arteta project. If you don't get top four, how many more years are you going to deal with mediocrity? There's a point where I think, if you really want to challenge and get back up there with the big boys, because let's be honest, right? It's like the top 6+1 now. Do you get me? You're not even in that top six kind of equation at the moment on current form and where you're standing in the league. So realistically, sticking with Arteta, is that going to get you to where you need to get to? I don't think so. But let's see what happens at the end of the season, because fundamentally, I think you need to get top four to continue the Arteta project. If you don't, sayonara, brother. You're gone, bruv. Out the door. So anyway, guys, that's my opinion piece today. Give me your thoughts and opinions. Write in a comment, blah, blah, like the video and subscribe again. Because like I said, I want to start doing these live streams, but, we need to get, a certain amount of subscribers to make it worth while doing and making sure we get good engagement. So on that note, peace. Catch you later. It's your boy Zane. Catch you next time.